Yo, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm trying to be quick about this shit. Uh, I want to talk about race for a quick little second, man. Not really nothing, you know what I'm saying, real in depth. Because if we really want to talk about racism and race in an in depth form, then I'd probably be on here for hours. You know what I'm saying? But I really want to talk about why it's so uncomfortable for people to talk about race. Because for some, you know what I'm saying, it's just an embarrassment, you know what I'm saying, I believe. And for others, well, I think for both it's an embarrassment. You can say on both sides it's an embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? For some to feel like, you know what I'm saying, my ancestors were slaves or slave owners. And on the other side, it could be a sense of pride, which is kind of weird for black people because, you know what I'm saying, I know I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, we should be proud of the shit that they overcame after, you know what I'm saying, slavery and Jim Crow, but like, I don't think we should ever, you know what I'm saying, take pride in our trauma. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the same on the other end, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can be kind of traumatic knowing that your ancestors might have been slave owners and shit like that. But I just think we got to have these conversations. We got to really have the conversations on both sides. Whether you feel like black people are just victims or trying to be victims or have the victim mentality, whatever the fuck it is, or you really side with black people and you understand that racism is a thing, which I think a lot more white people do believe that there is a thing of racism, and maybe to what extent does it play in our society today is the debate. But still to this day, I believe a lot of shit is at play and at bay with this shit, man. My bad, man. I'm working in a plant right now. Man, nose is real stopped up and hell head running at 100 miles per hour. I'm really trying to make this quick so I can get back in here on time. But at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't take truth. Like, if I say, let's just say this, me as a black man, if I say this is what happened to black people in this documentary, there should be no debate about, you know what I'm saying, what I'm saying, because you can easily look it up. And if I'm wrong, you can prove that I'm wrong right there in a quick Google search. And if I'm right, then you can prove that in a quick Google search. So when we had these debates about race and all this shit like that, like, if a nigga, you know what I'm saying, come to me, now I don't mean just nigga, I'm talking about white person here. A white person just come to me and say, hey, look, this happened to the German people or the Irish people. And I just want to discount what they saying. I'm probably gonna look it up first. I'm not gonna just say, "Oh, well, you wrong, bro. That's invalid and that shit." And that's what I feel like happens a lot of time when black people have these conversations about race, because it's so much of a quick dismissal and so much contention and conflict around black people ever, you know what I'm saying, pointing out what's happened to them before, that, you know what I'm saying, we don't really get to have a conversation of how we can get past it, because people don't want to hear about the actual fucking injustice that actually happened. You know what I'm saying? It's too much of a spot and a stain on them. And this shit don't have to be, bro. It don't have to be that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of black people that are mature enough to have a conversation with you. And don't get me wrong, there's black people that won't even dare, you know what I'm saying, hear anything past, oh, black people, all white people ain't like that. Or what about when black people do this in the inner city? I get that, bro. Like, I was literally having this conversation last night, and I'm going to tag bro in it, and hopefully you watching my video, you watch this video and watch some of my videos like I watched some of yours today, and we can actually, you know what I'm saying, maybe get to an understanding, and you know what I'm saying, on how race relations really go in America. Because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of black people will say that, like what that mayor said on your channel the other day, there was no problem with what he said. There are a lot of black people that feel like that, and to my degree, if he didn't use it in the context of him just winning the election and feeling like this is the time to shit on the white people that didn't like him, you know what I'm saying, I would have said nothing was wrong with his, you know what I'm saying, what he said. Because technically, he said a lot of truth in that shit. It's just the fact that he was using that truth to shit on the white people who didn't support him. And all the white people that did support him did not just not support him because he was black. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Midlife Bro on certain instances of, you know what I'm saying, how he feels about it. Even the Tiffany Hendry lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obviously a little bit of some shady shit going on over there. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying that the lady hasn't done any good either. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't looked into all her shit. I just really looked into the bad hate videos that's been on her so far. So I didn't get a chance to look into everything. But it's safe to say that there's something going on there. There's something to some of the criticism. So with that being said, that isn't just because, you know what I'm saying, she's a Democrat or, you know what I'm saying, any of these things. It wouldn't be necessary because she's black or a woman or any of this shit, right? So we're not gonna sit there and say, well, damn, black women can't run a city, or, you know what I'm saying, Democrats can't run a city. And I feel like we tend to generalize shit because we see a lot of fucked up shit, and then we ignore shit. Let's just say if I'm a Democrat, I ignore the Democrat side of shit and be like, oh well, all the fucked up shit Democrats is doing, it's not really that bad. It's not really that serious and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Democrat and I want to uphold my self of identity. Because a lot of people identify with these parties to a fault. It is sad. It's really fucking sad, bro. Like, we should really grow up past this whole identity politics shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a black man. It's a lot of white men that I've been in the panelverse with lately. And guess what? We should all be brothers at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck about your skin, because I don't give a fuck if you don't like me. The point is, I feel like you can help me by you challenging me. You can help me by, you know what I'm saying, making me question my own thoughts and making me go harder into really, either do I believe this shit or do I not? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate any contention, any hate I get, because it only sharpens me, man, as a vessel for what I feel like is seeking truth and seeking what's right in the world and trying to push what's right in the world. So anybody that says, hey, you black, you the black guy, you're being racist by criticizing white people, bring it on. You think that I'm being an idiot by not just hating people for being racist or not any of this shit, bro? You got a criticism about me? You think that I'm too liberal, too conservative, too anything? I always feel free to comment on that bitch and tell me about myself, because you know what? I won't know, or I won't even get a chance to, you know what I'm saying, look into any of it if it don't get brought to my knowledge, which I think I've done a good job of looking into myself and trying to figure out what kind of guy I am. And like I say, but criticism is definitely welcome here, and disagreement is definitely welcome here. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love to have conversations with people who don't think like me. It gives me, you know what I'm saying, fuel to figure out more, to think more, to learn more. You know what I'm saying? But I think y'all should have a good day out there, man, and good night, I mean, for a lot of y'all out there. And you know what I'm saying? Especially me, it's nighttime, but yeah. Man, y'all have a good one, bro. And shit, man. Midlife Bro Logic, man. I hope you fuck with the channel, man. I tagged you in this shit to you know, check me out, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to put my shit in the chat, and it wasn't because of not wanting to. I just kind of didn't think about it at the time, and I don't like exiting out of the StreamYard to go and do that. I don't have my like links and shit available off the rip, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, for even having me and even wanting to hear me out in the first place. So I appreciate you for that, and hopefully we can actually maybe not have a talk about race, but we can talk about, you know what I'm saying, other shit, because I feel like there's some shit that we probably agree on and other shit that we probably disagree on, and I love to tackle into that shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could talk about the government's involvement in the drug trade, since, you know what I'm saying, you disagree with me on that. All right.